Coldest day of the year, what are we doing? Concreting. Concrete. Well, I was going to buy ready mix. I don't know how to concrete. I've got no idea. I've got no idea about most things, but anyway, 5-1, I think. I was going to buy ready mixed, bagged, but it's 3 times more expensive to buy it ready mixed. So a mixture of sand and gravel that is mixed with cement to make concrete. Sounds like us, doesn't it? I've got 15 ballast, 3 cement, big trench. Next challenge. Water pipes are frozen. Ta-da! Nothing. In fact, if you look in here, you can see this is ice. Oh, there you go, it's coming out now. So I'm waiting for Ken Boondoggle to turn up with a little electric fan heater so I can defrost these John Guest speed freeze pipes. And then you'll see over there in the corner, I've done what I should have done to start with. I bought some pipe lagging. What else did I get? There's also some damp-proof membrane there and 5 tubes of silicone. You never have too much silicone, so that's basically just to where these slots join together. I'm just going to fill it with that. I'll now fill it from the inside afterwards, but yeah, so just waiting for everyone to get here. The other thing I realised as well is the condensation in here is mad, so getting lots of drips. Not leaks, but definitely dripping. Anyway, I've scrounged enough water to make a brew, so I've got the kettle on now. I've got no milk though. Not organised today. I was at the King's Lock pub in Middlewich last night. Just went to meet with the guys that manage it and run it for the first time because they've expressed an interest in working with us on some beer, which is great news. So I met a couple of guys working the building game last night in the King's Lock in Middlewich, just purely by accident. One of them is an expert in laying this stuff, so he's giving me loads of tips, including one of which was making a gauge. So here's the gauge. So once that's in, I know exactly what the level of the concrete needs to be, because that there is correct. See, what I didn't realise is, and what he explained to me, and I didn't get his name, but I always do that. I should really concentrate more on that kind of thing. So what he showed me was, what he explained was, these bits on the bottom, obviously they're going to sink in to the bed of concrete, mortar, whatever you want to call it. And what we need to do is make sure that our gauge does not include that depth. Otherwise, we're not going to be right. The other thing he's told me, and we'll see how we deal with this, is as you're pushing these down, these holes here trap air. And as you're pushing the duct down, apparently it can pop back up again. These ones are okay because it kind of goes up, leads up the sides, but these round ones. So we're just going to have to go with that and see what's what. But yeah, so we've got this gauge. The right depth. So the other thing I was thinking was just to do one piece at a time, and he said, no, get it all done, get it all filled to the right depth, and then with 3 or 4 of you carefully move the whole connected channel drain into the hole. Level it with a rubber mallet, and just tap it down to exactly where you need it. So, right, this kettle's about to boil. So anyway, I listened to his advice, took it on board, and then we ran out of talent really quickly. It's easier said than done, putting in 5 or 6 lengths of this stuff in one long track when the concrete bed that you're putting it onto is about as even as the Himalayas. So they were pushing apart and falling apart. So in the end we got most of them in one run, but we had to move the whole run about 6 inches because of a miscalculation by me. And then we just very carefully connected them together again, re-siliconed the joints where we could. So it all went in the end. A bit more complicated than I think it needed to be. And then obviously we filled the sides, tapped it down. It's rock solid, ain't going anywhere. The hardest part, as non-construction guys, was just getting that finish reasonably smooth. I think we'll still need to attend to it with maybe a bit of self-leveler or something, but in the main, it's pretty good. It's not sloping a lot towards the drain pot, but I think it's good enough for our purposes. And I expect once it's painted and epoxied over, it'll look pretty decent. We just got to finish the end off and connect to the drain pot. You just saw me there for a second working on the pipe lagging. That's all lagged now. So hopefully we've got a little bit of protection against the cold. Once that drain pot is connected, I can insulate and fill that where the water pipe comes in. We can plasterboard that out then, which is where the cask washer will go shortly once we've built it. But yeah, big step forward with that today. That now lets us get on with painting the floor as soon as the weather warms up a little bit.